Arab Spring. Before the Arab Spring, 2010, and exactly 13 years from now, in March 2010, in a city in Turkey called Mardin, there was an international conference to discuss a manuscript from the 14th century. This manuscript belongs to the theologian whose name is Ibn Taymiyyah, Ahmad Ibn Taymiyyah. His response, we call it fatwa in Arabic, or the word you can use in English is a legal response to a religious question. So he issued a legal response to a situation, a hybrid situation that emerged there in Mardin at that time after the invasion of the Mongols to half of the planet, I believe. But to understand the situation at that time, medieval times, the different religious communities, including the Muslim community, considered the world or divided the world into two abodes or two houses. A house of peace, or an abode of peace called Darus Salam, is a situation when the majority of inhabitants are Muslims and the governors are Muslims. So this is called, according to medieval bipolar categorization, a Dar as-Salam, the land of peace. And in the other side you have Dar al-Harb, the abode of war, where the majority of the people and their governments are not Muslims. That was very common, that was normal at that time, that the world was divided on two, and every community was expecting an attack from the other community. The Muslims who are now under a non-Muslim government in Mardin, what should they do? Should they immigrate to another Muslim land, or should they live there and find a way how to survive and treat each other with a non-Muslim? This is the unique manuscript from Damascus library of Ibn Taymiyyah's legal response, where he answers the question. I underlined the key sentence of his fatwa, and I circled the key word in this issue. He said, "The Muslims living therein should be treated according to their rights as Muslims, while the non-Muslims living there outside of the authority of Islamic law should be treated accordingly to their rights." This is the answer. Until 1909. Since 1909, the text was changed. Not the whole text, just one word, this circled word. This word, I wrote it in an easy way here for you to be able to see the similarity in green and in red. It looks the same, but the meaning is completely opposite. So what he said is the first one. Non-Muslims should be treated. Now if you add 4 points here, the meaning completely changes from treating them to fighting them. Since 1909, according to Reuters report, Al-Qaeda and many other terrorist groups used this edition and made it the authentic and most circulated, used and studied and translated version of this book, and it was quoted by these people to incite the war or hate against the United States, the West, and non-Muslim in general.